Good morning, everybody. It's Mr. C. We're messing with the camera right before we go live, and that's what happens sometimes. So I'm so glad you guys are all back. It is Tuesday morning. Today's April 7th, right? April 7th, Tuesday morning. I just thought it was a perfect day to learn together with all of you. I'm so excited to be back here. Today we're doing two really cool experiments. One's a demonstration, and then I'm going to let you take it on from there and turn it into your own experiment at your house. We're doing density columns and DIY lava lamps. That's right, DIY lava lamps. These are heatless lava lamps because we're doing them at home and we don't need the extra hot bulbs at your house if there's no need for it. And we don't need it for this today. So before we get started, I'd like to say that Mr. C Live is brought to you by the Dayton Metro Library. They are our sponsor for these activities, and we're very thankful to have them on board. Thank you so much, and to our friends at PBS Think TV. So, without further ado, I think we get started, and I've got an empty 2-liter bottle. It doesn't have to be a 2-liter bottle. It can be a 20-ounce. You can use a cup. Doesn't have to be one of these, but what's nice about it is you can seal it up, and then you can put it away and store it for later use. So what we're going to do is we're going to take some water, and I have about 2 cups of water. Actually, I'm going to do a little less than what I anticipated. There we go. So I used almost 2 cups of water. And I'm going to also grab some oil. And if you remember, we used this yesterday for our refraction activity. I strained out the oil again so I could reuse it for today. And I'm going to pour some oil into this 2-liter container. Now I want you to pay attention to what's happening to the oil. And my question is the oil sitting on the bottom? Is it sitting on top? Is it mixing? Is it not mixing? I want you to pay attention to what's going on. Ooh. Perfect. And what we're going to do is we're going to let that sit just for a second. And if you're paying attention, you can see two distinct layers starting to form. All right, so we have our water layer, and then we have our oil layer. And there's a lot of bubbles in there because we agitated it while we were pouring it in. But what we're going to do is we're going to let this sit just for a second. And my question to you is, why are these two liquids not mixing together? Think about when you mix sugar into water. You don't have a layer of sugar and you don't have a layer of water. You have sugar water, right? This is behaving differently. They're not mixing. And the question is why? And so while we're letting this settle still, I'm going to do blue because the green, yeah, let's do blue. All right, watch this. This is super cool. I'm going to drop a couple of food coloring drops in. So food coloring is sinking to the bottom of our container. It's going through the oil and it's going into the water. And my question is, what is going on? So I thought maybe the food coloring might sit on top, but it didn't. It actually fell through. Oh, it hasn't fallen through yet. It's sitting at the bottom. Let's add some more. There we go. Lots and lots of blue. You can see the little droplets falling through. And now what we have is blue water, because the food color mixed with the water, and we still have our layer of vegetable oil, but it is not colored. And this is all because of density. So water, 1 gram of water has density, water has a density of 1 gram per milliliter. So what that means is if something is less dense than water, it'll sit on top of the water. If it's more dense than water, it will sit below the water. It'll fall to the bottom. And so what we're going to do you remember the other day when we used some Alka-Seltzer and we made our rockets together using the film canisters? Well, I'm going to take the same effervescent tablet and I'm going to drop it into our 2-liter bottle. And I wonder what's going to happen. You guys ready? Here we go. In 3, 2, 1. It's a lava lamp.
So we've got a question.
So what's the question?
The question is, they said they can't find the drops ever for the food coloring. Would gel work?
So food coloring drops, food coloring is harder to find, it seems like nowadays, than ever before. So I haven't tried it with the gel. I actually don't have any. Do we have any gel? I don't think I have any gel handy. But if you were to take the gel and mix it with the water before and get it colored and then put the water in, you should have no problems at all. I assume that would work because it'll dissolve into the water and you'll have that colored solution. So give it a try. Let us know how that works. I think the gel will be fine. What we do for food coloring is I buy big jugs of it online on Amazon, and then once I run out of these, I have these little containers, I just make more. So you can do that also. So yeah, food coloring can be challenging to find sometimes, especially the liquid, but gel is everywhere. All right, did you see that? That was super cool. And what's going to happen is all of these suspended little bubbles, what happened was that Alka-Seltzer, you remember we produced that chemical reaction where we produced carbon dioxide with the Alka-Seltzer? That gas was produced, and as it was going up, it became less dense than the water and the oil, and it passed through, and that bubble popped up top, but it pulled water along with it, and then the water is falling back down. And if you let it sit long enough, this will separate once again, and then you can redo it over and over and over. And here, I wanted to try to break it into a bigger piece. I want a bigger reaction. All right, let me try something. I'm going to pop this off in the corner. Oh, it still did the same thing, broke right in half. All right, here we go. I'm going to put 2 in this time. I'm going to do 3. I want it to look crazy. Here we go. In 3, 2, 1. It's just beautiful. It looks so awesome, doesn't it? Look at it going. It's going to town. So that water is getting pulled up by the gas. You want to turn that camera so you can see it better?
Yeah. You could come up close.
Oh, that is some serious, serious bubbles going on. Now, typically a heated lava lamp heats up the liquid inside, and as that liquid gets hot, it rises to the top, and then it gets away from the heat source, and it starts to cool, and the blob goes back down, and that cycle keeps going, right? So we're heating up the liquid. This is different because there's no heat involved. But do you see look at all the water bubbles, all the spheres? That is so pretty. I have an idea. I haven't tried this yet, but we're going to try it. I thought it would be cool to take this one, do another lava lamp. I hope I have enough oil. Do another lava lamp. But what I did here is I took some water, and then I took a highlighter, and I broke the highlighter. And I just pour the highlighter juice in here. And we're going to oh my god, it's like, look at it glowing. Ooh, it's all over the place. All right, so now we're gonna add some oil, whatever I got left. The slower you pour it, if you can pour it on, I'll show you later. If you can pour it on the side, it avoids all of these bubbles. Now, it's gonna be hard to, well, not really. I think I can see the line pretty well. So what we're going to do is I also have, is this the black light? No. I've got a black light, and I was going to build a little stand and everything, but I just thought, let's be creative. I have a roll of toilet paper. I'm going to put the black light in here. I'm going to turn it on. I'm going to drop the black light into this. And then, Heather, right there on the corner, you can flip all the lights off. So we're going to turn off the lights in 3, 2, 1. Turn the lights off. All right, so now we've got... Can you see it? Here, I'm going to move this camera just a little bit. Is that better?
No, just come closer.
But I want it on both cameras. All right.
If you would do the split, you still can come closer.
All right, here we go. How's that?
Just come out towards me.
Come out towards you?
Yeah.
Like here?
Yeah.
All right, so I don't know if this is going to do anything. I just thought it'd be cool to try it. Here we go. I'm going to drop in an Alka-Seltzer. It looks pretty, doesn't it? We're going to put the other one on it, too, to see what it looks like. In 3, 2, oops. All right, I don't know. All right, so I thought that the light might react a little more up in here, but those are cool. They're like clear, glow-in-the-dark bubbles. That's so cool. So you can try different things at your house. Different colors, maybe different highlighters. I used a certain brand. Maybe pink works better than yellow. Maybe a blue highlighter works better. I'm not sure.
Maybe you could mix other things in the paint to make it colorful.
Yeah, and if you don't have food coloring, maybe you could try paints and different types of things to give it a whirl. All right, so what we're going to do now is I'm going to take this off. I'm going to put this one on. I just want to see what it looks like. I don't think my flashlight's strong enough. Let's try a regular flashlight. I don't think this one's very strong either. Toilet paper roll. Ooh, that's pretty. I have to hold it, but here we go. Put another one in. So if you like mesmerizing things and you want to sit at home and build one of these, you can. And the cool part is when you're done, you flip the lights back on. Wow, that's bright. And when you're done, after the reaction has taken place, just get a lid. You want to wait until the reaction's done so it doesn't build up gas pressure. But when it's done, just close the lid. Close the lid.
Magic light pen would have.
And then you put it away.
Magic light pen work instead of a highlighter?
A magic light pen. Possibly. What I did, I'm not sure what's inside of a magic light pen, but I just took out the highlighter part and I squeezed it into my liquid.
Ooh, somebody also asked if anything special happens if you put the lid on and you shake it up, which is what I want to know too.
All right, let's do it. All right, so we have our lava lamp, and hold on, I'm just going to let some of this gas out. We should be good. And this one is really cool, and watch this. I'm going to turn it sideways. And now I can actually, the water still wants to stay on the bottom. Isn't that just mesmerizing? Look at this. And the question was, if I do this, what's going to happen? So what we'll do is we will let this sit for the remainder of our show. And at the end of the show, we'll see what it looks like, okay? We're going to let this settle to see what happens. That is a great question. This is a great experiment. And we're going to just let it sit. All right, I'm going to slide it over here so we can do our other activities. We'll bring this back into frame in a little bit. Can you see it over here maybe still? Nope. I'll move things around just so we can get situated.
Flashlights are on.
Thank you. Flashlights. All right. So this essentially is a density column, but we're only using 2 liquids. And what we're going to do now is we are going to try to use additional liquids. I'm going to get this highlighter off the table so that things aren't glowing later. All right. All right, so now what we're going to do is we're going to create and build a density column using some additional materials beyond water and vegetable oil. In fact, what I've done is I have corn syrup. This is a really, really old. It says used by December 2017. I've had it in my science box for that long.
We're digging deep.
We're digging deep into all our materials for you guys. Then we've got some dish soap. Mr. C brand or regular dish soap would work fine. Then I have some water. Then I have some vegetable oil, our Wesson. And then here, this red stuff is actually rubbing alcohol, 91%. So what we're going to do is I've measured out about a cup for each of these, and we're going to take that and we're going to stack them into this container. And I don't have honey, but if you have honey at home, you can try honey. It's dense. And I want you to think about liquids that you have at your house that are safe to handle, to see if you can create a column that maybe looks like ours, but maybe uses different materials. Something to think about. All right, we're going to take this corn syrup. I'm going to pour it right into the center because it is globby, it is gooey. It looks amazing, doesn't it?
It's a good thing to use up stuff that maybe was going to go to waste.
Yeah, we're trying to be resourceful, using things that we have in our kits and things like that we haven't used, so that we're not being wasteful. All right, here we go. So that is about a cup. Did I do a cup or half a cup? I think I did half a cup. I'm not sure. All right, then I've got some dish soap. It's the same amount. And I'm going to just kind of stick this down there and just start to layer it on top. Now, because we're doing this live, it's actually... I would do this slower usually so that I am creating a layer so they try not to mix. I hope this works. Wow, this is slow motion. Thanks for hanging in there with us during this.
I know this is weird to ask, but could you put it on the toilet paper roll and we could get a little closer to see? Because I think we can see stuff.
Can you already start seeing it happening?
Maybe.
Oh yeah, I think so.
Move a little closer up here towards me.
How's that?
Much better.
All right, maybe I shouldn't have done green. I mixed green food coloring into my corn syrup. Maybe I should use a different color so we could see it more distinctly.
Oh yeah.
Can we see it? I can't see it because of where I'm holding.
Yeah, when you get it up, you can see it.
Oh yeah, that's so cool. So, the dish soap is actually sitting on top of the corn syrup. So the question is the dish soap less dense or more dense? Think about, ooh, by the way, look at what's happening over here. It's starting to separate. I shook it up really well.
Move that behind you. I mean behind the other one. We can't see it very good.
I'll move it over here in a little bit.
Sorry.
All right. Oh, that is so pretty. I was trying to think of some really funny chemistry jokes, but all the good ones are gone. Sorry. It's a really bad dad science joke. For boys and girls who don't know what that is, your parents will explain that joke to you.
Let's see.
All right.
You're saying they think it's less dense.
We think it's less dense?
Mm-hmm.
All right, and that would make sense, right? Because if it was more dense, it would sink down, and it's actually sitting on top. All right, nice. So now, we already know what water and vinegar. We know what water and oil do. So now I'm going to add some water to this, to the soap. And what I'm going to try to do is I'm going to try to get this down really far. And when you do the water, what I'm going to encourage you to do is try to bring it down on the side and dribble it onto the side. Because otherwise, if you drop it in really hard, it's going to want to mix, right? Because we know soap and water mix when we're scrub-a-dub-a-dubbing. And if you haven't seen the video yet and you haven't watched the song and the video for Scrub-a-Dub, it's a song I just created. I want to see you guys doing your hand washing. Hand washing is so important each and every day, and right now it's even more important than ever. Do the Scrub-a-Dub challenge. Hashtag Scrub-a-Dub challenge. Mr. C wants to see you guys scrub-a-dub-a-dubbing. Scrub-a-dub. Uh-oh. Got a question?
Well, we've got a comment here. Someone said, the mom said, I told a chemistry joke. There was no reaction.
All right, you're making me laugh. I'm shaking here. All right, so if you couldn't hear it, we had a parent say they told a chemistry joke, but there wasn't a reaction. I like that joke. That's funny. All right, we're getting close. I want to see. Can you see the layers? Oh, you can see the layers. From my angle, I couldn't see them. That is so awesome. Ah, be careful, Mr. C. Oh, that is so cool. Now, I have a special video. It hasn't been released yet. It's a video I produced with Think TV PBS. It's one of our Full Steam Ahead episodes. It's being edited and polished and finalized right now. It's actually how to build a sugar density cup. Just like what we're doing here, using strictly sugar. And we'll have that available in the very near future. We're really excited about season 4 being released. So we have, I think, 48 episodes of Full Steam Ahead. And that is one of our new episodes, is how to make a density column using strictly sugar layers. Oh my gosh, that's so cool. I don't know if you guys can see it, but the soap, I was hitting the soap with the stream of water, and the soap is kicking up, but then it's settling back down. It's not mixing in. And that's because it's, question is the water in the soap, is water more dense or less dense than the soap? Think about it. All right, we're getting close. That's so cool, isn't it? I was nervous it wasn't going to work that well on air, online, because we're doing it really quickly. Usually I would try to do this really slow to not disrupt. That soap is trying to release. You stay there, little soap. You stay there. All right, perfect. So we have...
Is there a bubble?
I've got a bubble like on the side. I think...
No, on the bottom, in the soap part.
In the soap? I can't see it from here. That is so cool. All right, now we're going to add oil. And if you've been thinking about it, our water is sitting on top of the soap, so it is less dense. Or I can say the soap is sitting below the water, so the soap is more dense. Oil. Ooh, get it on the side. There we go. Oh, that's so cool. If you're having a party at your house and you want to make density columns for your family to celebrate science, you could have a party science. You could have a birthday party, like a science birthday party. Oh, look at how cool that looks. The oil sitting on top is just beautiful. It's like a gold yellow color. I'm squeezing hard to get this one moving. This one is really staying separated nicely. All right, I'm going to ask everybody out there. Now I want to hear it in the comments. What's your favorite color? Right here we have green, blue, clear. We'll call the yellow gold. But so far, which is your favorite layer that you see? Excuse me. And our last one, I've never done this before. I saw this online. I've never tried rubbing alcohol, ever. I'm not sure what it's going to do. I promise you, this is the first time I've ever done this. I know people say, oh, you do this all the time, Mr. C. No. Because, especially now with limited resources, we're trying not to do multiple tests of things. So if it works, it's going to be awesome. If it doesn't, yeah, it's a science experiment. It's what happens. All right, so before we get going, I just want to admire our layers. They are just so perfectly beautiful, and I mean, just awesome. It's so cool.
We're getting lots of votes for different colors.
Oh,
here.
what's so far? What do we see?
Lots of blue, lots of green, even gold. We got everybody likes them all. There's red, yellow, green, gold. It's hard to decide a clear winner.
All right, let's see if this one helps us decide. Vegetable oil. Okay, so we already knew that the vegetable oil is less dense than the water because it's sat up on here, right? So it's doing that here. And we'll bring that out here in a second. And lastly, all right, I'm nervous about this one. I'm just going to put a little bit in to see what it does first. I'm going to bring it over here to the side. It looks like it's sitting on top.
Oh, that was cool.
The drop.
Mm-hmm.
I'm doing that on purpose now to let you guys see it. So it's literally pouring into the oil and kicking back up. That looks so cool.
I'm seeing something weird.
What do you see? I want to be careful not to get it into the water. Is there like a layer of red?
The edges, it's starting to come down on the edges around the oil.
Oh yeah, it's like stuck to the glass, right? Do you see that?
I don't know if it's what it is. It's on the move. Ooh, we've got a good question.
Okay.
So Jason asked, what happens when you put something more dense than water in the glass right now?
Jason, there's only one way to find out, and we got to think what we can. I was trying to look for a Lego man earlier. We could do a penny. We could do a coin.
Got magnets.
We've got magnets. What about we could do a ping pong ball? We could do a penny and a ping pong ball. Let's try one of those, Heather.
Where's the penny?
A penny? Up there in that cupboard thing. Where everybody keeps their pennies, up there in the cupboard thing. Oh, that's so cool. I don't know. Do you guys like the red? It looks weird. Ugh. So, if I'm being honest, blue is mine. Blue is my favorite color, and it just looks so cool. It does. All right, what do we got? We got a blue ping pong ball. I've got a penny.
Somebody said, what about bleach?
Bleach? You could try bleach. But I want you to be careful if you're using bleach, parents. You know, especially kids, if you're watching this and you hear me say bleach, that's only something you should use with your parents. But it's something that anyone would like wear protective things like goggles and gloves so that you don't get it on yourself. But definitely, it's something you could try. There's really no right or wrong. Just be careful mixing certain things. You don't want to create some sort of mixture that could do harm.
No cleaning stuff.
Yeah, I would avoid mixing cleaning things together. For that reason, exactly. Oh, you know what would be cool? I can't get to my flashlight, but I could have turned it on. All right, here we go.
Where's your flashlight?
I think it's under the toilet paper. Here we go. I'm going to drop my ping pong ball. Dun, 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 dun. 3, 2, 1. Didn't do too much. It's floating, right? So that tells us that it is not more dense than our rubbing alcohol. All right, I'm going to take this out so I can get a nice drop. Here is our penny. I don't know what it's going to do. Don't mess up our beautiful columns. But it's for science. Abe Lincoln right there. He's going to do some science with this. Everybody count down at home. Say 3, 2, 1. Oh, I don't know if you could see that. That was so cool. It literally just flew through. It went ding, 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 ding. And when it hit the corn zipper, it was like, and it just started to be suspended. I'm trying to think if we have anything that would, oh, Heather, right here I have those little screws and those little things that I was building. 1 second.
say we do the penny again.
Well, no, I want to try. I've got some screws here, and I think they'll behave differently in the penny, maybe. All right. So here's a washer. Here's a steel washer. That was a penny. I'm gonna just throw this in here again so you can see it. In 3, 2, 1. Yeah, when it hits the syrup, it's like. But then it sinks to the bottom. Is it sunk? Yeah, it's touching the bottom of the glass. Here I have a little screw. I'm going to see what it does. 3, 2, 1. Sinks to the bottom. Trying to think of things that I have that are smaller.
Oh, somebody's asking, is there anything that would get stuck in one layer versus just sink or float?
Yes, that's what we're trying to do. I'm going to challenge all of you to find something that would possibly sink down through these layers and maybe get stuck on the soap or get stuck in the corn syrup. Because that would be cool to have something floating. I was trying to think like maybe a Lego character. I'm looking around the house like I just have all these things laying around, but I can't think of what we've got. Are you getting a Lego out of the lamp? All right, give us 1 second. So Mrs. C is we have Legos in our lamp. If you remember from our April Fool's jokes, we have Legos in there for decoration. She's busting out, but I don't know what a Lego's going to do. What do you think a Lego's going to do? The ping pong ball floats. Ping pong ball floats. The penny, the washer, the screw, it goes down. Oh, and now it's really probably impossible for you guys to see it, but I can see a little bit of red in my soap layer. So as the pennies are dropping through, they're going down.
I just got scared by a bug.
All right. Oh, the bug was on the lamp still. I don't know what this is going to do. Let's take this ball out. All right. Let's do a green one. I think this is going to at least sink through this. All right, here we go. 3, 2, 1. Oh! Oh! Okay, so it went through the rubbing alcohol, and it's sitting. Let's do another Lego. Yeah, I'm gonna drop another one in. Can you see it? Can you see it? It's right there. So it's sitting on top of the water, partially submerged in the oil. I'm going to drop a blue in and maybe we can see it better.
Ooh, we've got some great ideas.
What do we got?
Somebody said a quarter, sugar crystals, a prediction that the Lego will float. Someone else said a paper clip.
Paper clip.
These are really good ideas.
Ugh, that stinks. You know what we can do, Heather? Oh, there's paper clips in the office right in the center, in that white stacky thing. I don't know names of anything in my house. Cupboard thing, stacky thing, but I know where stuff usually is. All right, we're going to try paper clip.
I don't know why we can't find a quarter.
All right, here's a paper clip. So I'm gonna put in the small one first. Here we go. Oh!
Where is it?
So it's can you see it? It's slowly falling through the syrup. That was cool.
You know what I just realized?
What?
You can see the difference in the refraction.
You can see the light coming through?
Yeah, when I can see the stuff behind, it all looks different.
Oh yeah, because it's coming through.
2 different types of...
All right, we're going to do the big paper clip. I'm going to spread the paper clip out to give it a little more surface area. Not tension, surface area. And we're going to see if that helps. So our Legos are sitting on the water. Right there. I'm going to drop this behind it. But it's still falling through. All right, I'm going to leave it up to you guys. You guys are going to have to find something for me at your house that is floating, that will be suspended, say, in the water or on top of the syrup, but not fall all the way down. We're going to have to dig around for some other materials to drop into our density column. I'm going to challenge all of you to do the same. Share some photos with us. Today, this was awesome today. And check this out. It's taken some time, but it's coming back. Look at this. It's separating out.
Lots more good ideas.
What do we got for a couple more ideas so I can share them?
Pencil, popcorn.
Do we have a pencil? Popcorn? Like a popcorn kernel? Do we?
No, they said pop. Oh, unpopped popcorn, yeah.
Where is the unpopped popcorn? Hold on. I knew right where the popcorn was because I want to make some popcorn later. All right. I love learning with my friends online. They give me all these ideas all of the time. It's a new song. All right, here we go. I've got. I'll try to drop it on this side so that it'll show over there. But here we go. 3, 2, 1. I've got 2. Oh, it's going really slow. It's going really slow. Don't go in. Don't go to the... It's sitting on the syrup, guys. Success. All right, we got our first thing. What do you got? A pencil? Red pencil? All right, here we go. Part of the thing is when I drop this in, this is, a very small area, lots of pressure, and that can puncture it. So I'm just going to...
I think we're going to see more about the refraction.
Oh my gosh, do you see the pencil? How fat it got from the refraction from our activity yesterday? And that's actually sitting on the soap. That pencil is sitting on the soap.
No, it's in the soap.
Well, I mean, I'm saying the soap is... Did it make it all the way down? Oh, I can see it over here. It's still in the soap. It hasn't touched the syrup. I don't think it's touched the syrup.
It looks like...
Yeah, it's all bent, right? Refraction action! All right. That's so cool. What great ideas. Thank you so much for thinking of these. I'm going to throw a couple more pieces of popcorn in there. Boop, boop, boop.
Do it on the other side by the camera.
Boop, boop. Can you see them?
Yeah.
That's so cool. Guys, it was awesome today. Boys and girls, fantastic.
We did have somebody ask, can we look at the oil bottle?
Oh, absolutely. Here we go. Check it out. I mean, it's still discolored. The oil itself, it has kind of like a greenish tint to it now, right? Because yellow and blue mixed together make green. And so it's going to be stained a little bit. But over time, these suspended molecules right here, these suspended pieces of water are going to fall back down. And I had one of these in my garage that I actually used for our show Speakers and Beakers. And I had it for 2 years.
Oh my gosh, we keep getting more ideas.
More ideas? What do we got?
Ice cube.
Get an ice cube.
A chocolate chip.
Get an ice cube really quick.
We could do this all day.
All right, we're going to do an ice cube and a chocolate chip. Those are going to be our last two. And then I have to challenge you guys to try this at home. All right.
It's just too much fun.
All right. My fear is our stream is going to not hold up. And we're going to get dropped somehow. All right. Do we have chocolate chips?
Yeah, they're behind you. There's one open.
I got chocolate. No, the chocolate chips are open. That's all right. I'll open it. We're gonna make cookies.
Oh gosh, I have to eat it.
All right. So I found a piece of chocolate. That's our.
Don't use that chocolate.
Why? Why can't I use this?
Chocolate.
It's our chocolate. All right. Here's an ice cube. This one is interesting because we know that if we put an ice cube into water, what does the ice cube do? I'm going to take the pencil out just so we have a little more space. Is that okay? Think it's okay? Ooh, 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 ooh. That was a bad idea. All right. So, I'm going to put the ice cube in. So the ice cube is actually sitting on top of the oil. Interesting. Interesting. Because the water is here, and we know that an ice cube is what? Frozen water. But we also know that ice cubes float on water. So it'll be interesting to see. Ooh! Do you see what it's doing? It's like surface tension. This rubbing alcohol is running off of the ice cube to this layer, and it's dropping it there. All right, we're going to make a big mess. I can see it going downhill fast here. I found a lifesaver mint. I don't know. Something else to try. Here we go. Oh. It fell through all the way. It's almost impossible. It's like fell right in the center. But it's sitting right on the corn syrup. And we have our last ones. The chips of the chocolate. Mr. C. We haven't had him on here on the show yet, but Sir cooks a lot. Might actually do a cooking segment. So if there's something you'd like to see cooked or baked here on the show, let us know and I'll get a hold of Sir Cooks a lot. All right, here we go. Chocolate chips. I'm just going to drop a whole bunch in. All right, they're sitting on the syrup also. I'm trying to get one to land on the Lego. I want to try to get it to land on the Lego. Nope. But they're all sitting on the corn syrup. This is super cool, guys.
Oma's on.
What did Oma say?
Oma says put in an Alka-Seltzer tablet.
All right, so.
That seems like a great way to end.
All right, here we go. I have.
He said it looks like a brain now.
So my mom, we call her Oma, said Alka-Seltzer. We might as well just end it with this, right? I mean, it's. Why not? All right, we're going to drop the last 3 pieces of Alka-Seltzer I have in there, and then we're going to end our show. You guys have been awesome today. Great interactions. They fall through. Can you see it over there, Heather?
Yeah,
Oh!
rotate.
That was so cool.
Oh,
It's like slime, like. That was cool. Oh, and the Alka-Seltzer just went up and it released and it fell back down. Did you see it? And it's still having the reaction in the soap. Oh, it's like turbo. Here it comes. It's going to shoot up. It's going up. It's going up through the water. Ladies and gents, this was awesome today. If you don't already follow us, like the page. We love to have all of you here each and every day. Secondly, if you haven't ever subscribed to our YouTube channel, we have 200 plus videos. Check those out. We have math songs, science songs, all sorts of cool experiments. And lastly, we want to thank our sponsor, Dayton Metro Library. If you're interested in this kind of stuff, hop online, check out their website. All sorts of books, movies, ebooks, you name it. Continue the learning beyond today. That's what this is all about. We're here to have fun together, but then I want you to go home, while you're at home, I want you to be at home and keep learning with your friends and your family. You guys are fantastic. Have a wonderful day. Enjoy the rest of your Tuesday. We'll see you tomorrow. We have an exciting activity planned. I built a lottery machine, and we're going to connect that to the Bean Boozled activity. And we have a special guest tomorrow who is very nervous about being on the show because she does not want to eat those Bean Boozled beans. It's going to be awesome. Join us tomorrow. Have a great day, guys. Bye.